All right. Well, happy Saturday morning to those of you that are here live in the United States. Good afternoon for those that are in the United Kingdom, Paris, or Spain. Of course, it could be morning, afternoon, or evening for those that are on the replay. Either way, we do appreciate you guys tuning in. I am here with my main man, the myth, the legend, the king of sting, the one, the only, the Monte Cristo. I call him MJ Michael Jordan because that is what he is in this industry. One of the best to ever do it. Hall of Famer all day long, Mr. Darryl Roberts. Darryl, welcome.
Hey, Todd, it is so awesome to be here. Good morning to you, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to each and every one of you guys that are out there. But again, I love what you say and how you say it. And, you know, if you really think about the people in this industry and what you and I do and what so many others, thousands and even tens of thousands of others do, we've accomplished something pretty significant. And we're not even done yet. I mean, I feel we're just getting started. We're just getting our legs underneath us, and it's just exciting to be here. So welcome each and every one of you.
It's funny, you just made me realize there's another slide I need to add to the presentation we're going to do today, because one of the things we're going to talk about today is why be an entrepreneur, why direct selling network marketing, why travel, why Travorium, why now, and why you. Okay. These are some things we're going to cover in addition to other things. We're going to go through a lot of that very quickly, right? But it's one of the secrets is that, you know, for a seven-figure earner, somebody like Mr. Darryl Roberts, and Darryl and I have had this discussion a number of times, and that is that, you know, for so many people out there, they kind of vacillate whether or not they really want to be in this industry or not. They kind of vacillate whether or not, well, you know, I'm just kind of trying this thing to just kind of sticking their toe in the water. And, you know, if you just kind of do a deep dive, and you start kind of going through, and I'm going to go through a lot of this information, but you just start analyzing all of your options. You know, is a JOB, we call it just over broke, right? Is a JOB going to take me to the promised land? Is a JOB going to make my dreams come true? Is a JOB going to, provide the kind of life that I truly want? The answer is probably not. Well, what about starting my own business, right? And so you start analyzing all the options. I'm going to go through the slides here, but then you finally come to a point of conclusion that, you know, a lot of people out there are kind of cursing or poo-pooing the single best option they have for changing their lot in life. The single best option they have for, if you ever saw that movie, A Knight's Tale, for changing the stars and, and having something better happen for you and your family. And so again, sometimes when you kind of come to that mindset, man, you know what? The industry isn't perfect, right? There's good days, bad days, good things, bad things, but compared to everything else out there, it is in fact a superior way. And so here we're on slide one, by the way, numbers, the very first slide. And I do want to encourage everybody, even before we go any further, that if you're catching this live, it is not too late to be with us exactly 1 week from today in New Orleans, because 1 week from today, we are going to have seven-figure earner after seven-figure earner after seven-figure earner after seven-figure earner training in New Orleans, teaching you everything you need to know. I know Mr. Ryan Vanderpool is going to cover down the 8 skills you need to master to become a seven-figure earner. You know, the guy built a team of 30,000 people. I mean, he's starting to get good at this thing. I'm not saying he's there yet, but he's starting to get good. And so you might want to see that training, right? I know that, Darryl, he's obviously going to be bringing all the stuff he does. This guy's better than Tony Robbins half the days of the week. And so he says stuff I've never heard before. I mean, you can go to a Tony Robbins seminar and spend $2,000, $3,000 to be there and not hear stuff as good as you're going to hear from Mr. Darryl Roberts, and he's here all the time for you guys. He's going to be there next week, bringing it. We're going to have Miss Maria Roberts training next week, bringing it. We got Cynthia Sly. The last team she built was, 14,000, 15,000 people, give or take 1,000, right? She's going to be bringing it, right? I mean, how many of you heard Cynthia Sly train? Most of you are like, I've never heard her train. You might want to be in New Orleans, right? I mean, again, you might want to be there. It is not too late. It is 1 week away. You can catch a flight. You can, catch a train. You can catch an Uber. You can get on your skateboard now and probably make it, or bicycle. And so again, it doesn't matter whether you camp out on the sidewalk. It doesn't matter whether there's 10 of you to a room. It only matters that you get there. And again, part of that is that mindset of, man, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in that training. I'm going to be taking the notes. I'm never going to miss an event. I'm qualified for. That's a great quote from Coach D, Deborah Taylor. So again, that's exactly 1 week from today. Now, going back to, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? And again, we've kind of gone from the idea of a JOB economy to basically what we call a production-based economy. And understand that the idea of a job, a JOB, has really been an advent of the past 100 years. And if you went back to the late 1800s, early 1900s, nobody had a job. Nobody. Everybody was self-employed. They were farmers. They were merchants. They were blacksmiths. They had some kind of a trade they did, and they did that for money. Everybody was self-employed. Of course, then came the Industrial Revolution that gave idea to the job. And I'm not anti-job. A job is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful way for anybody who just, got out of school, whether it be high school or college. They can go start working, start making some money. You can get a place to live, put food on the table, have transportation, clothes, those kinds of things. A job is a wonderful thing. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is with our education system that seems to make you think that the job is where you start and finish, which is 100% utterly false. Okay. A job is where you start. It is not where you want to finish. Okay. So it's one thing to have a job paying the bills, but eventually you have to kind of get this thing going on the side. The new American dream demands that you become an entrepreneur. Now, if you were to go look at a group of, just go look at statistics, and this is where some of this information is coming from. If you look at statistics, it's going to spell it out for you, who's doing what and where they're at. So at 100 people at age 65, can you give us a breakdown specifically of what's happening? And the answer is yes. When you hit age 65, out of every 100 people, 16 are no longer alive. Okay. 66 of the 100 are under $30,000 per year. Folks, that's poverty. So if you take the 16 and you add it to the 66, right? You're talking 80 something percent of the people are either going to be dead or unequivocally dead broke. You have 13 over 30,000 a year. Only 5 are over 60,000 a year, and only 1 is wealthy. Okay. These are the numbers, right? Those numbers are not exactly encouraging. So, wow, I don't want to be in that category of dead or dead broke, right? Well, if you take care of yourself and do some simple things, you can try to avoid the 16 that are no longer with us, but the bigger percentage are broke. How do I make sure I'm not in that category? Well, of the people that are wealthy, right? 10% are CEOs, 10% are top professionals, 5% are super salespeople, 1% are athletes, entertainers, and 74% own their own business. Right? Owning your own business is the ticket to financial freedom in this country. Our entire economy is based on capitalism. Okay. I don't know why they're not teaching this school. It's practically criminal. Now, the gentleman who wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. The gentleman who wrote the book, Good Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He also wrote the book Cash Flow Quadrant. His name is Robert Kiyosaki, and he outlines it here in this chart why most people can't get ahead. In fact, here's another example that 5% of the money is controlled by people on the left-hand side of this quadrant. 95% of the money is controlled by people on the right-hand side of this quadrant. On the left-hand side, you have a job. You're exchanging time for money. I think most of us know that does not lead to wealth. That leads to I can barely pay my bills. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. They pay me just enough to keep me from quitting. Therefore, I work just hard enough to keep from being fired. There's no prosperity in that equation. Well, you go to the lower left-hand corner. Okay, well, now you're self-employed. But there's a difference between being self-employed and being a business owner. Because see, if you're a barber or a beautician, you're self-employed. If you are someone mowing lawns in the neighborhood, you are self-employed, right? But is there any wealth there? Meaning if you quit working, the money quits coming in. I got Dr. Paul Leo, who's part of my business. He's a surgeon. And he will tell you that, there is no prosperity in being a surgeon. At one time, maybe there was, but there is not today. And he's trying to build this business. He desperately wants to be Daryl and Maria. He's like, man, Todd, you got to help me build this thing. I would do anything to be Daryl and Maria. A surgeon is, envious of Daryl and Maria, envious of Danny Seguinal, envious of Todd and Gina, envious of Pastor Deborah Taylor, envious of all the ambassadors and the 4 stars. We have a lifestyle that surpasses a surgeon, a dentist, an attorney, right? Because they are trading time for money. If they're not there trading their time, there is no money. You move to the right-hand side. This is where you become a business owner. An example of that would be you own a McDonald's. And so you got, you got a manager running the place. You got all the kids up there serving the, hamburgers, fries, and apple pies, which means that you can be doing what you want, when you want, with whom you want, as long as the teenagers keep serving the pies or the hamburger, fries, and apple pies, the money continues to come in. Even if you were to pass on, the money continues to come in. Well, obviously, our kind of a business creates that type of residual income. Finally, you have an investor, you got so much money, you got your money making you money. And so, that's another way to get ahead. Of course, most people don't have money to make them money. Most people don't have the money to buy a McDonald's. Now, again, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Now, this is a famous quote from Warren Buffett. For those of you who do not know who Warren Buffett is, he's one of the 5 richest men in the world. And Warren says, if you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. You got John D. Rockefeller, who said something very similar, but in a slightly different way. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own effort. They're both saying the same thing. So clearly, if you want to get ahead in this world, you have to become an entrepreneur. Now, maybe I want to go out and start my own little thing, right? I want to get my own business started. Well, here are the success rates of being an entrepreneur. It seems like a double standard, right? I can't get ahead with a job, but the route of a normal entrepreneur looks pretty dismal as well, because you have the failure rate of people who start their own business is over 70% within 10 years. 70% of any businesses that get started will be gone within 10 years. And I didn't say the other 30 are rich. They're just still surviving. They're still in business, right? And so again, trying to do your own thing can be very, very, very tough to do. Well, maybe I'll go out there and, and do something else. In fact, here's a little quiz for you guys. I got this slide kind of out of order, but it's still fun to do. It's a quiz. I want you guys to choose A, B, C, D, or E. In most Americans' minds, it's a scam and a scheme. It's unethical at best and immoral or legal at worst. Many own your own entrepreneurial hopefuls have been hyped into turning over their life savings only to see the company go out of business, taking their dreams with them. Politicians, regulators, and the media, especially the media, cry foul whenever its name comes up. Newspapers, magazines, television news, and talk shows regularly expose it for the flam ripoff that it really is. Major corporations are getting involved, go out of their way to avoid any appearance of doing so. There's even a move in Congress to outlaw this industry altogether. So if you're on the chat, if you're on the Facebook chat, if you're on the Zoom chat, if you are watching the replay, just answer for yourself. Is it A, cryptocurrency? Is it B, franchising? Is it C, network marketing? Is it D, boiler rooms that sell investments? Or is it E, none of the above? And of course, the answer, by the way, is it is B, franchising. Back in the 1950s, franchising was almost outlawed, okay? And so then eventually franchising became a very popular way of doing business. So it goes to show you that sometimes things get started and they're not real popular at first. Today, franchising is $670 billion. So you might be thinking, hey, I want to get me one of those franchises. Maybe that is the ticket to prosperity. Well, here is the cost to open up some various franchises. You need $1 million to $2 million for a McDonald's, $1 million to $2 million for a Taco Bell. You're going to need at least, 150 to 328K for a Subway, and you're going to need 265 to 2.2 million for a Chick-fil-A. Keep in mind that out to the right, even on all the sales you're earning, that is the override, the royalty you have to pay back to the business. Now, triple net bottom line. Franchise Business Review report shows that 51.5% of food franchises earn less than $50,000 per year. So even after putting up all of that money, even after risking your house and your credit and potential bankruptcy, because you put up a $500,000 for a Burger King or a $2 million for a McDonald's, right? Even after you do all of that, you're probably still making no money. And if you own a food franchise, whether it be a Subway or Taco Bell, they open up very early in the morning. They're open up until late at night. You may not know this, but those teenagers do not always show up for their shift. Okay. I mean, you don't own a business. This thing owns you. You're not going to be doing like what Gene and I are about to do, where we're going to New Orleans next week with Daryl and Maria. We're going to be there for the entire week. It's going to be incredible. Now, by the way, we just got back from a week at the lake house. And so we're at the lake house for a week. 3 weeks ago, we were in Cabo for a week. When we get done with New Orleans, we come back home. We're here for 10 days. Then we're going to Paris for a week. We're going to Rome for a week. We're going to Madrid, Spain. Then we're going to go to Tenerife in the Canary Islands. And then we're going to go see our daughter in Philadelphia. And then we're going to come back home. You can't do that if you own a Subway. You ain't going anywhere. You ain't leaving town for more than 24 hours because that thing owns you. You don't own it. So number one, you're not making very much money. And number two, you still got no time freedom. Well, you might be thinking, well, you know what, Todd, I'm going to go out and start selling insurance. Well, by the way, the insurance industry is $1 trillion industry. It's huge. Tallest building in most cities, by the way, happens to be the life insurance building. You may not know this, but the life insurance companies have more money than the banks. That's why they got the tallest building in town. But the insurance, they have the best training in the world. And once again, you can read here that over 95% of the people who sign up for insurance are going to quit within 5 years. So that's not exactly the ticket to prosperity. So that's what kind of then leads us to this thing we call network marketing, right? And if you look at network marketing and you look at the sales, it's $200 billion industry. This is an industry, by the way, that is now 20 times the size as the National Football League. Now, I think I'd like to put that in perspective here. So the NFL does about 10 billion a year in sales. So I went out there and found a font, right, that was 1/20th the size of the 200 billion, so that you could just kind of get a visual of what that means. Now, I know you can't quite read the number. That's why I got two arrows pointing to it. And if you break out your magnifying glass, or if you're a little bit older like me, you got to break out your readers. Oh, yeah, there is a number there, 10 billion, sure enough. And that is the difference between the NFL, National Football League, and network marketing, just in font. You're visually getting to see just how much bigger this industry is than that industry. This industry is bigger, by the way, than the NFL, the music industry, the video gaming industry, and the natural foods industry combined, right? This is a massive industry getting bigger every single day. Oh, by the way, well, what about real estate versus like network marketing? And so again, the slides are not all completely in order, but this is Tim's sales. He went and hired statisticians to kind of compare the two industries. So number one, 770,000 people every year say, I want to become a realtor. Guess how many actually complete the course? 7%, right? Only 7%. You got a 93% failure rate. Now, what are the costs to be a realtor? Number one, the education alone is $1,000. Then you got to take a test, right? That's $200 per test, by the way. Then you got to do a background check, which is $100. Now, that's just trying to become a realtor. You'll see on here, $500 million was wasted in fees last year with no return to the students. What that means is that of the 770,000 people that signed up to get to become a realtor, let's do the math here on the calculator real quick. You got 770,000 people, and yet 0.93%, that is 716,000 of them did not become a realtor. Now, they're out probably $1,500. What did they get for their $1,500? I mean, did they get any vitamins? Did they get any protein powder? Did they get any points for travel? Because you can come here for $1,300. You can get the 1,400 points up front, plus your monthly is giving you another 250 per month, right? If you get 3, the whole thing's free, but put that to the side. Here, even if you fail, at least I got to go on some incredible vacations. What did I get over there? And the answer is absolutely nothing. Nada. Zero. By the way, I was talking to BK Barrico. He owned a company called Vima, Daryl. Yeah. And we were having a conversation, and he brought up, almost every company in this industry, even if it's a nutritional company, will buy back your inventory to the tune of 90%. Yeah. So even if you got in and it didn't turn out, you can ship your stuff back. You're going to lose 10%, but you get 90% back. I mean, if you go pay your $1,500 to become a realtor and it doesn't work out, do you get 90% of your money back? And the answer is no. $500 million is wasted. And I just want to make this point, guys. And these guys call us a scam? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, we're giving people real value, real product, real return if things don't work out. And if you go try to become a realtor like 770,000 people this past year did, it doesn't turn out. Now, if you do become a realtor, that's still not a guarantee of success. By the way, you have to hang your license with a broker. Well, whatever you sell, they're going to take a huge chunk of that. That's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars per year. A lot of them want a desk fee also. That's where you have to pay a monthly fee just to be in their office. By the way, you have to have errors and omissions insurance. That's $400. You got to be a member of the National Association of Realtors. That's $150. You got business expenses, which are another $1,000. Marketing costs another $1,000. Continuing education, $300 per year. There's a real-time cost to becoming a realtor. Now, triple net bottom line. What are my chances of making money in real estate compared to network marketing? He hired statisticians to go out and run these numbers. You are 2 times more likely to make $50,000 per year in network marketing as we are in real estate. You are 3 times more likely to make $75,000 per year. And here was the big one. You are not 5 times, 7 times, 10 times. You are 11 times more likely to make over $100,000 per year in network marketing than you are in real estate. Now, why is there such a big difference there? Because how hard it is, how many homes you have to show, how many homes you have to sell. Remember, you're the sole provider of your income. So if you're not out every single night showing homes, every single weekend, never with your family, never with your kids, you're not making the 6 figures. So you might be able to do it 1 year, 2 years, but eventually, just like running on the treadmill, you start to get tired and you start to slow down. And when you slow down, your income dips below the 100 grand a year. That does not happen here in network marketing. Jill and Maria could take the entire next year off and they would still be multiple six-figure earners in this space. They could literally go sit on an island, drink out of a coconut, and just cash their checks. They do not have to be here. Now they're here because they happen to love the industry, because what we do is fun, right? Hey, Daryl, we have to go to New Orleans next week and be in the city, go down and eat all the food, meet all the people and hang out and go to the swimming pool. Oh, my job is tough. I mean, you don't hear that like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you in New Orleans. It's going to be incredible. I mean, our life is a vacation. We get to hang out with the best people in the world. Guys, one of the greatest things about network marketing, the pessimistic, negative people do not join. They don't think it's going to work or they quit. Thank you. Thank you for quitting. Some people bless your business by joining it. Some people bless your business by not joining it. And some people bless your business by leaving it. You do not need everybody. You would rather hang out with the winners, the champions, the positive minded, optimistic people who love people, love life, love to travel. Isn't this great? They want to learn. They want to build. They want to develop themselves. These are the people you get to hang out with in New Orleans, right? This is the crowd you want to be around. And so, no, it is not work to do it. And so, Daryl does it every day. I do it every day. I can't wait to get up and do what I do every day because I get to hang out with all of you. I mean, hanging out with all of you is better than hanging out with most of your families, by the way, if we were to get honest, right? Because not all of them are positive, right? Some of them are negative. You show up and, oh, you have no idea how bad it is. It's like, I mean, you care about it, you can hear about it for maybe a day, but after a few days, like, okay, I can hang out with my people, all right? They want to talk about how great the swim up bar is, how great the resort is, how great the next trip's going to be, right? See you in France, that kind of thing. So way easier to make money here than real estate. Our industry does not care about your background. Our industry does not care what side of the tracks you're from. Our industry does not care what language you speak, what religious practice you speak. It does not care whether you're green, yellow, white, brown, black. It does not matter what color you are. The computer does not know the difference. Our computer only knows volume on the left leg, volume on the right leg, write them a check. It doesn't matter whether you're from Yale or jail. And we got people in this industry that are succeeding seven-figure earners who are both, okay? We've got people making seven figures that spent time in jail. We got people earning seven figures that have gone to Yale.
I forgot to tell you guys that.
By the way, Ryan, we can hear you, buddy.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Anyway, so it does not matter, where you're from as far as that goes, right? So Yale or jail. Now, this is Dexter and Bertie Yeager. Dexter passed on, by the way, in January of 2019, January 6, 2019. Dexter was in his 80s and he passed on. But Dexter was one of the fathers of our entire industry. He started November 1st, 1964. He started that business for less than $100. In fact, he was part of Amway, if you didn't know that. And the first few times he heard about Amway, Daryl, he thought it was dumb, would never do it. In fact, he talked people out of it. He even told the story that there was a guy that was making $1,000 per month doing Amway. At the time, he was only making $90 per week, and he talked that guy out of doing the business. Because here's a guy making 3 times as much money as I am, and I talked to him out of doing the business. And so, but he just didn't know. Well, eventually he got into the business. It took him 5 years to go full time. And then eventually he had 1 million partners in 40 countries. Now, I want you to think about that, Daryl, because you have more partners in more countries than Dexter Yeager did. And this guy, by the way, his organization sold over $2 billion of product every single year. Okay. 2 billion every single year. Now, most of you do not have a company in your town that sells $2 billion a year in product, unless you live in a big city. If you're in a big city, Chicago, San Diego, of course you do. But if you're in most towns across America, you do not have a company in your town that does 2 billion a year in sales. And he started this little thing called Amway, told him, worked it part-time while he's working his job, got started for less than $100, told a few, had his business spread around the world, 40 different countries. And by the way, Dexter passed on again in 2019, but his family today still makes over $1 million per month with that company every single month. And again, people are bad mouthing what we do. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's not even close when you compare all the other forms of business that are out there. By the way, here's Dexter Yeager on the right, but on the left, this is a guy by the name of Jimmy Smith. Jimmy, by the way, this is a great quote from him. When I found that there was a business where I could spend a few $100 to get started, eat my overhead, become healthy. He's in a nutrition company, fail 90% of the time and become obscenely wealthy. What do you think I said? I can do this. Now, Jimmy, by the way, was a butcher, and he was having some health issues. At the age of 74, he decided I can no longer, be there cutting the meats at the grocery store, and he had to retire. He got involved in network marketing at age 74. He's earned over $70 million since then. He's earned more money since he was 74 years of age than he earned in the first 74 years of his life combined. Okay. Not even close, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're old. It doesn't matter whether you have health issues. By the way, it doesn't even matter whether you're alive, as long as you do the work before you go, right? Dexter's still making money every month. By the way, obviously we talk about, Pastor Guy Taylor, Pastor Deborah Taylor, Guy Taylor, who everybody loved, was in our company. He went to be with the Lord a little bit over a year ago. At the time, he was a 2-star director. But guess what? When Guy went to be with the Lord, that check kept coming into Deborah every single month, $2,000 a month. Well, guess what? Since then, Guy went from 2-star to 3-star. Guy had been gone for a year. He, on the 1-year anniversary of him going to be with the Lord, he actually rank advanced literally on the day of the 1-year anniversary of him going to be with the Lord. He rank advanced to 3-star. How many of you are begging for a pay raise, working your butt off? Guy's not even with us and got a pay raise, right? And people are criticizing our industry. Are you kidding me? Now, finally, I got started in business very, very young. That is me on that tractor. That was my first John Deere 111 tractor. I was 13 years of age. It cost $5,600 to get that little business started. So I guess you have to get the John Deere tractor. We had to buy the push mowers, the weed eater, the backpack blower, gas tanks. I had to buy a little trailer. That trailer cost $1,500. My uncle made the first trailer, but it still cost $1,500. My uncle Stephen made it. And so that little business cost $5,600 to get up and get started, to start mowing lawns in the neighborhood, right? At age 18, I brought $100,000 from the Small Business Administration. At age 22, we were the largest lawn maintenance company in all of Champaign County. By the way, that is me. I believe I'm age probably 22 there in that picture. And we were at the place where the University of Illinois is, where the Fighting Illini, that's where I'm from, the school, the basketball school. The big assembly hall where they play, like 16,000 people. Well, they had a big, expo outdoor show. And so I had a booth there at the show, and somebody took that picture, and I saw it recently, and I thought, okay, I obviously look a little younger than I do now. That was a cake they made me for my 21st birthday. But obviously I had a lawn care business. Now, what's the point? The point is that business cost me $5,600 to start. Daryl, my maximum income potential off that $5,600 investment, maximum income potential, maybe $4,000 a month, right? $4,000 a month is probably the best you're going to do back then in 1983. And again, guys, Gene and I started this business, just like all of you, for $299. But guess what? We get to write off our house, spouse, kids, meals, travel, entertainment. We've been saving thousands in taxes. Our tax savings alone are more than the cost of being involved in the business. We told a few who told a few. We barely speak one language. We only knew one person outside the United States. Gene and I, like Dale and Maria, have more people in other countries than Dexter Yeager did, and Bertie. And obviously they make over $1 million a month. Now, we're not to that point yet. Our company's still young. We'll get there. Their organization maturated. Remember, he got started in 1964, right? And of course, then he passed on in 2019. So he had over 50 years. We're only 10 years into our campaign. But as the business continues to grow, as the business continues to spread, we are building legacy income. That's why you hear Pastor Deborah Taylor talk about legacy income. And so your income potential here, right, with this little thing you got started for a couple $100, far surpasses buying a McDonald's. It far surpasses buying a Taco Bell. It far surpasses buying a Subway. It far surpasses starting your own little lawn care business. It far surpasses almost anything else you can do. It far surpasses being a realtor, being an insurance broker. You can start part-time. You can fail 90% of the time. You can be from Yale or jail. Does not matter who you are, what your skill set is. Well, Todd, I'm not good at talking to people. Well, go recruit people who are. Todd, I'm too young. Well, go recruit people who are old. Todd, I'm too old. Go recruit people who are young. Todd, I'm not good at social media. Go recruit your kids. They are, right? You can recruit whatever you lack, and your business can begin to spread all over the world. So we kind of covered why you want to be an entrepreneur, and in particular, why you might want to be in network marketing. Now, why do you want to be in the travel business? Well, number one, it's the single largest industry in the world. And if you start reading business publications, you will learn that your chances of success are in direct proportion to the size of the industry. So another way of saying that, the more niche the industry, the harder it is going to be for you to succeed. So the smaller the industry, the less chance you have of succeeding. The bigger the industry, the better chance you have of succeeding. Well, if that's the case, then why wouldn't everybody want to be in the single largest industry in the world? The one thing everybody wants to do. This is the stuff of passion, right? This is the stuff of dreams. Everyone around the world, don't care what language they speak, they dream of traveling. The number one thing shared on social media, travel. Now, let's talk about network marketing for a moment. Global sales are 200 billion per year. Well, in the United States, it's only 35.8 billion. Okay, that means that 17% of the sales for network marketing happen in the USA. And don't get me wrong, USA is the number one market in the world for network marketing. But it also means that 83% of the sales are happening outside of the USA. Most network marketing companies are only in the USA or whatever country they happen to be in. Some network marketing companies are in a few countries. Look at Amway, how big they are, but he's only in 40 countries. Travel is the ultimate global product. It's the largest industry in the world, and it gains you access to the global markets because we don't have products that have to get approved by the country. We don't have ingredients that have to get approved. We don't have to open up warehouses in those countries with distribution problems, right? Again, almost everyone in the world travels. They dream of traveling. It's done over the internet, online. It gives you access to the entire global market. So I was talking to a gentleman just last week, and he's with a company that's only in the USA. I'm like, well, why would you settle for 17% of the market? He's like, what are you talking about? You only have access to 17% of the market because the other 83% of the market lies outside the United States. Now, again, don't get me wrong. USA is the number one market. You can build right here. When you look at Daryl and Maria, or you look at me and Gina, I've never recruited anybody outside the United States. I understand my team's in 63 countries. You recruit in your own backyard, and it's going to spread from there. The point is that I do want the viral spread around the globe. I don't want to settle for 17% of the market. Travel gives you access to that. Now, you may find a company that says, no, I got a company. They're in 21 countries. Yes, and they're now so old and so established, everybody knows their name. You're Johnny come lately, good luck. With us, you could go to almost any shopping mall in the country, any shopping mall in the world, take a megaphone. I got $5,000 in my hand right now. If you can tell me what Travorium is. And as long as they don't Google it, they have no idea your money's safe. Okay. They have no clue. So we're a 10-year-old company that's brand new. Now that sounds like an oxymoron, but again, Starbucks was 16 years old and they had 17 stores. No one had ever heard of them. They were still new. They're big, their whole opportunity. They went on to have 55,000 stores. They were 17 years in and it was like being there day one. That's where you're at with us. Why? Because it takes a company a while to figure out the secret sauce. Now, we have the secret sauce. How do we know that? Because we just went through a freaking global pandemic and our sales went up. I mean, our sales didn't go down. Our sales went up. Even the pandemic did not slow us down. And when you can build something, especially a travel company during a pandemic, it tells you people like your secret sauce. I don't know what you guys are putting on the chicken, but they're lining up to get it, right? So we have that secret sauce. We have access to the global markets. Well, so travel, I get it. Travel is the place to be. It is by far the best place to be out of all the different kinds of products that are available in network marketing. Easy to talk about. Everybody wants to do it. Not to mention, by the way, you don't have to go tell people about ingredients they've never heard of. You don't have to tell them about a product that has a price so high, it takes a near religious experience to justify the price. You don't have to tell people, you don't have to go play doctor, right? And you don't have to, have people, even if you're in a great nutrition company. By the way, you can have, number one, you still got to find people that are open to the product. And when you do find people that are open, I could say like Candy Alexander, she was with a company and she was all excited. She took the product, spent the entire night on the bathroom, right? And she goes, I will never take that again. I mean, she had a bad product experience, right? So I'm, oh my gosh, that product made my stomach hurt. That product gave me diarrhea, gave me gas, made me feel weird. I mean, even, it didn't work for me. So even when you find people are open, you're going to get people that have a disparaging result. Our product works universally the same for every single person. See, Danny's in Phuket, Thailand right now for $1. It doesn't matter whether you're old, young, whether you got a great, metabolic rate or not. It's still $1. I mean, it's the same for everybody. You don't get this variable result where no. It was $1 for Danny, but for you, it's $5. No, it's $1 for everybody. Our product works universally the same for everybody. Does everybody want to take pills? No. Does everybody want to take powder? No. Does everybody want to drink the jungle juice? No. But universally, most people want to travel. In fact, if you talk to most people in those companies, man, why are you out here working so hard? I'm trying to win that trip to Hawaii. I mean, they're out selling stuff they don't even care about so that they can get the one thing that we have automatically, and that is the ability to travel. Finally, you have the question, why Travorium? Well, We're in our 10th year. So we are obviously well-established, 3+ countries, paid out millions and millions and millions of commissions, millions and millions and millions of commissions all around the globe. The paychecks go out on time, every time, just like they did yesterday. Our CEO and founder was a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year. We now have offices in Madrid, Spain, and Temecula, California, customer service in multiple languages, getting bigger every single day. And yet most people have never heard our name. As I mentioned a moment ago, it took Starbucks 16 years to get to 17 stores. By the way, it took McDonald's 19 years to get to their first franchise. 19 years to get to their first franchise. It takes a while to figure out the secret sauce. We have the secret sauce. You are here at the beginning. We're showing people how to become travelpreneurs, how they can travel for up to 70% off, how they can travel for free, how they can make money 24/7 right off their mobile phone. By the way, in 4 months, you have enough points to go on vacation for nothing. If you tell 3 people about our membership, you get to earn your points for nothing. Your points cost you nothing. You take the points that cost you nothing and trade those in for vacations that cost you nothing, right? So we have something here nobody else has. And when you look at our compensation program, never in the history of our industry could you go out and put 25 on the left, 25 on the right, and have a shot at making $5,000 per month. Does not exist. I can tell you that Giovanni out of Puerto Rico built a team of 108,000 people, and he barely made 100 grand. If you're making $5,000 a month with a team of 50 people, that's 60 grand. He built a team of 108,000 to make 100 grand. There's never been anything even remotely like this in the history of our industry. Now, why does all of that matter? Because some of you, maybe up until now, like, man, I just never really thought about it. I mean, I didn't realize that you had an 11 times greater chance of making 6 figures in network marketing than I did in real estate. I didn't realize that in insurance, 95% drop out. Okay, they don't make it. I didn't realize that most small businesses don't make it. I didn't realize that those food franchises, over 50% of them are not even making 50 grand a year, and they got no money, they got no life. I didn't realize that there were guys 74 years old who were unable to do their job anymore as a butcher, got involved, and since then have made $70 million in the last 18 years. I didn't realize that that this guy who didn't have any formal education, in fact, he worked for Sears, Roebuck, selling stuff, got involved, and his organization did $2 billion a year in sales. I didn't realize that most companies are not all the countries that we're in. So again, some people out there are cursing the single best shot they got at a better life. And so again, that's something that Daryl brings to the table every day. He's not looking to the left or to the right. He's not wondering, should I be somewhere else? Should I be doing something else? He knows he's absolutely unequivocally in the right place at the right time. He has the blinders on. I have the blinders on. Deborah Taylor has the blinders on. Danny Segmental has the blinders on. It's the one secret of all 7-figure earners. They're not looking to the left or to the right. They're not pondering, should I be doing this and doing that? Every one of them are in the business they're in, and they're focused, whether it's good or bad. Don't get me wrong. We have good days and bad days. We have, things. All the stuff that happens to all of you, the no's, the people quitting, it happens to us multiplied. If you think, you don't understand, my best guy quit. I had like 20 of them yesterday, right? Because the team's bigger. Every day you go through the same stuff, right? But again, when you got the blinders on, there's nothing out there better. There's nothing better. And the same is true, by the way, with your spouse. If you found a spouse that you're in love with, don't look to the left or to the right. You're never going to be happy if you're like, man, I want to be like if I was with her over there. That is not the recipe to success. Just embrace what you got and enjoy the ride. So with that, Daryl, turn this back over to you for some of your thoughts. I know you got some slides. I know we got Mr. Ryan Vanderpool here. I don't know if he's still on with us. I know he had another engagement going on, but that's what I had to say today.
Todd, we're done. That's nothing. We're done. I could have slept in today. This was just phenomenal information. If this was this good today, I can imagine what next weekend's going to be when you bring it in New Orleans. So there's nothing I can add to. You're 100% correct. It was unbelievable. The one thing I will say is that we've got Alicia Davis and her family on standing by right now from Punta Cana. And I think we should go there and hear from them.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So, Alicia, you are being added right now. My producer, Todd, is handling it. So, she's acting as the universal producer. So.
Ryan, just one time. I want to be able to say, hey, hold on. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My producer's taking care of this, and we're going to have the feed brought in. We're going live on the set to Punta Cana. Just one time I want to be able to say that.
I get
Hey,
it.
we got to get Maria and Gina together and Tammy, and show them how to do a producer job on the side here. So, but you guys don't need producer. I need it. This is the only thing I can do is just be this talking head here. But okay, so she should be ready to come on right now. So anytime you're on, come on. But Ryan, while she's coming on, I mean, just amazing. Well, here she is right here. Hey, Alicia.
I'm gonna get you unmuted here. I'm gonna ask to unmute. That might make it easier for you. There we go.
You got me?
Hey, Alicia,
Yeah,
how are
we can hear
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, probably not as good as you. Talk to us about
It
Punta
says I
Cana.
Yes. It says it's not, the video is not available. I'm disabled.
Okay, I'll see if I can fix that.
It's not, yeah, it's not letting me.
Okay,
it's not-
we just fixed that. You're good to go now.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Hello.
She looks like,
Oh my goodness. Yes, we are here. I can't get my background out so you can see everyone because we're all together.
Yeah, you would turn your turn your background off.
I was trying to before I got on, but I couldn't find the button to do it.
Just go where it shows you where your video is, and then put the little arrow right.
she's on her phone.
Oh, you're on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's tough. I don't have to. I know I do it on a computer, but not on my phone. But so
Oh,
I
okay.
know you're there with a big group of people because you got your whole family there. So give us the seat.
So, oh my goodness. So we are here at the 5-star resort. Punta Cana is 19 of us here. My family members, we all have the membership. And so we're here for 5 days and we've been having a blast. Yep. So right now we are all getting ready to head to the beach.
Well, how many family members do you have there, Alicia?
We have 19 family members here.
That's incredible.
And
So you got 19 family members there. You're at a 5-star resort in Punta Cana. You guys are what, paying about 40 grand, $40,000 for that trip for everybody?
so, well, almost. We paid a little, about $3,000 for the entire group.
Now, how many nights is that?
And that is for 5 days,
Todd, she's got 23
all
people there,
inclusive.
5-star place for 3 grand for the entire family at a 5-star place.
By the way, and it's all the food, all the booze, 24-hour room service, mini bar in your room. Because I was there just last year. Danny was there for a month, right? I mean, it's everything's included. They got all these different high-end restaurants you can go to. You can go to the Indian restaurant, the French restaurant, the Italian restaurant, the Mexican restaurant. You go to the hibachi restaurant, the Japanese steakhouse. They've got a buffet that my grandson thought was the greatest thing ever invented in the history of the world. I mean, the thing is, as long as a football field, every kind of food, every kind of dessert. They got all the authentic food there. And again, I mean, absolutely incredible. Boy, Alicia, you're going to be in New Orleans next week, right?
Yes, we will be in New Orleans. About, I think, 7 of the family members are going to be able to make that. So we're excited.
Yeah, just
So
I
we'll be
have
able
you
to
guys,
show
I have you guys
guys,
penciled, penciled in to come in front of the room next week. So when you guys are there, I'm going to bring your entire family that's with you up in front of the room to tell everyone about Punta Cana.
She's frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen. One of the advantages of an island, your phone only partially works. You're back. You're back.
Okay, I'm back, I think now, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So yes, it'll be about 7 of us are coming to New Orleans, and so we're excited. We'll be able to tell you guys all about it. I wish I could get this background off. It is so beautiful. The resort is amazing. There's about 15 restaurants, 5 pools. They have all kind of activities every day, and we've just been having a blast.
That's
Is there any
incredible.
way you can turn your phone or will the background distort it? Just turn your phone towards the people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
if
did,
you flip the camera around, that may turn the background off. I wonder. I'm not sure.
No, that's the background. That's not the picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it still has a picture when I, so the people are in the, in the background when I flip it.
Well, what's amazing is although
So
we're
sure they
looking,
come
although
up.
we're looking at the background, Alicia, that is actually what it looks like for those of you. I mean, I know that it's a background she has up there, but she can show you the live feed. Of course, I don't know if you're at the pool or the beach, but if you're at the beach, that's actually what it looks like at the beach. And yeah, she's there live.
Right. And what's so funny about that background picture on my trip.
Well, Alicia, the connection is not very good right now, but make sure that you bring plenty of pictures and video that you can share, obviously, on social media. I think you guys have already been doing that. And maybe we can have an opportunity that next weekend to actually show some of the videos. Maybe there'd be 5 minutes.
Hold on. By the way, Jennifer Davis just texted me. I'm gonna go to Jennifer. I'm gonna bring Jennifer on camera here. Hold on.
Okay.
So we'll go over here. Sorry, Jennifer, I just saw your text.
And that's her sister. So that's part of the people that are actually on this trip.
Okay, here we go, Jennifer. I just found you. Promote the panelist. Okay, then hold on, Jennifer. I'm gonna grab you and make you a co-host. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm waiting for my producer.
Okay.
Okay, Jennifer, my producer says you're good to go. By the way, I don't have a producer. That was me, but I just want to say it. All right, there we go.
Hey.
The background on there. Hi.
Okay, yeah, you guys get the background blurred.
So now her background is blurred.
Yeah, the background's blurred.
Let's see.
There
Ah,
we
there we
go. There
go.
we go.
Can you see that?
I do. I
Yes.
see that. I said that's the kiddie pool there.
Now I can't hear you guys. So I don't know if you can see that or not.
We
Yeah.
can.
Well, I know she's on her phone.
That's the small buffet there. They have 2 buffets. That's the poolside buffet.
Oh.
Which is great.
Yeah, that's one of the bars. Again, all the
Because
food,
I
all the booze. That's one of the bars.
can't,
They'll just bring you drinks all day long.
I can't hear you.
What?
Technical difficulties.
What happened?
What?
And you on some bullshit.
I put flaxseed and black seed in his, but it's all ground up.
So for those of you that are out there, this is the smaller
I'm gonna take
buffet.
you guys to the
It's an
ocean.
incredible
If you
restaurant that
can
she's
see
showing you.
this, so I'm not sure if you can or not.
Right.
Like
And
a
then-
drink.
And then the
Because we were
beach is just on the
actually
other
in here
side. She
having
comes out that
lunch.
door, you can see the beach.
Whatever. Let's change.
Look, you
No,
go down
no.
low as you say. Then you're eating, fill your belly, so you can join.
It's definitely tropical looking, Todd.
Yeah.
Then you gotta eat. She wants you to
Yeah,
eat.
she's headed toward the beach right now. That's the ocean you guys see in the background.
Yeah, I can see that beautiful
Oh,
color.
wow. Start that shit. The
It's
animation.
amazing.
Now that
Now
tiki,
this
that tiki head on the right is another bar.
Pineapple.
So they got them everywhere. If you want a cold drink, I mean, whether you're drinking water, iced tea, or something more potent, they got them everywhere.
I've been having mama juanas all week and pina coladas.
Pina coladas, right? I got me a drink with an umbrella in it.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that
There
incredible?
we go.
Look at that.
This is what you get with Travorium for about under $200 a person for this trip.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 5-star, all inclusive, all the food, all the booze, 24-hour room service, mini bar in your room, ocean front, multiple swimming pools, endless fun, $100. And by the way, and she's not just in Punta Cana for 5 days for $200. She's going to leave there and come to New Orleans and hang out with all of us for 5 days in New Orleans. So
That damn
unbelievable. And for everybody out there, Alicia's a city bus driver. I mean, so ordinary people that just do everyday jobs that are living this extraordinary life.
Well, because Todd, they took what you shared today. Some of these folks understood
it,
that,
darling.
realized that, for them to go to a better level in life, to go to a higher level in life, they need to do some things differently.
There's a game room here? Get down in that bar and well, at least the 24 hours.
She's on mute. I don't know.
Okay, I'm jealous. We got to go somewhere. So
Yeah. Yeah. So ladies, we just keep showing the camera by all means, but I just did the mute. But yeah, so they're giving you guys a tour here of Punta Cana. This is the Grand Palladium. I was there last year with a big group. We had a team from France come over. A lot of our team from Colombia, Spain. Adriana from Spain was there. Giovanni from and Angel from Puerto Rico were there. We had people from Miami there. We had people from Argentina there. We had people, by the way, from Switzerland there. We had people from, I think Jeanette was there. People from Japan were there. So it was an international affair last year. Danny went again this year. He loved it so much. Took his mom there because his mom's originally from Haiti, as is Danny. In fact, they speak Haitian. Well, they're on the island of, they're at Punta Cana, which is in the Dominican Republic. But if you look at the island, half of the island is the Dominican Republic. The other half of the island is Haiti. And so his mom had never been back since she left. And so Danny took her back to the resort, which is like a homecoming. This was our home country. This was the home language, the home food, the home cooking. And he took her there and had her there for like a month. I mean, imagine taking your mom on that kind of a dream vacation. But again, Travorium, and the slogan should almost be where dreams come true, where dreams are made possible. And because so many people are getting to have experiences that, quite frankly, they would never have again in their life. Whether it's staying at the Wynn or staying at the Grand Hyatt in Dubai, or like everything we're about to go to. My wife was looking at some of the hotels. She's like, "Oh my gosh, these places are amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, these are not these are the 5-star type experiences that most people don't get.
These are not rinky-dink Mickey Mouse places that you wouldn't want to go. But Todd, like you were just saying, real quick, is that you think about the worst case scenario. I bet Jennifer and her sister, Alicia, they're not where they want to be in the business yet, because I think Alicia just started probably 6 months ago. But the worst thing that will happen to you while you are growing, learning the things Todd shared with you guys today, is you're going to be able to take these type of trips for literally pennies on the dollar, locally, nationally, and internationally. Todd, there's nothing out there that comes close to what our company's put together. It's just unequivocally not out there. I mean, I've been 30 plus years in this industry. There is no product or service that is this good. Our world tours, our getaways, the net rates and the savings and discount packet. There's nothing out there. And then the other reciprocal of that, the compensation plan, 25 left, 25 right. You can earn up to $5,000 a month just with that type of team, and it gets bigger as you grow. Todd, we have something very special here, and I hope that everybody understands it. And what Todd shared with you today should give you even more energy and excitement to roll up your sleeves, go to work, figure it out, take the good, the bad, the ugly, realize that's part and parcel of you having success, and your business will grow, period, end of story.
Yeah, and for the entire Davis family, congratulations. I'm so excited for your entire family. 19 people on that kind of a family reunion. That's just absolutely amazing. And then to come in here, maybe show some more family members here. Again, this is the smaller buffet. It's an absolutely incredible restaurant, by the way. There they are, all having a great time.
That's
unbelievable. And so just absolutely incredible. I mean, it actually warms my heart to see people living the dream and doing what they want to do and going to create it. I mean, their family will never, ever, ever forget this. I mean, this will be in the photo albums that the grandkids, the great grandkids will look at. This will be a memory that they will always have. And again, that's what our company does. We make what was impossible, because it costs a fortune to go on your own, possible. They're there for $200 per person. And how many other people around the world want to do that? And our only job is to go out there and invite people, not to sell them, not to convince them, not to hold them down and give them noogies. Our job is to invite people to take a look, have them look at a third-party tool, a video, get them on the phone with somebody else. That's the biggest mistake most of you are making. By the way, I got more Tatiana stories, by the way, Daryl. I mean, she dropped him. I was at the lake house with my father for his birthday, right? And one night I had to stay up until 2 a.m. Their time because she had so many people. She was trying to drop in the system before midnight, but she dropped in like 9 people. And she used the waiting room strategy we talked about, and she just kept doing 3-way phone calls. And I mean, every time I turn around, I meet this person, meet that person. You and I did some 3-ways there. And then you had a great lady that just signed up. What do we call it? Dr. Jackie, but we call her Dr. Mo, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Mo. I mean, she's absolutely incredible. I mean, so people are doing 3-ways, their business is growing. The ones who are like thinking about it, their business, I mean, again, it's real simple. Find someone, ring up Daryl, ring up me, ring up, I mean, anybody in this company will help you. Ring up Danny. Don't even worry, but just get somebody on the phone with somebody else. The more you do that, more success you're going to have. All right. 7 days from today, Daryl, it is 10 a.m. here on the West Coast. So 7 days from today, it's going to be noon in New Orleans. We're going to be in the middle of the training, going to be incredible. And so for those of you that have not yet made that commitment to come, you're going to have Dr. Phyllis Terry bringing the heat. You're going to have all kinds of people there training. By the way, we got Apostle Wilson. He runs a mega church. We got 3-star director, Pastor Mel Keys. He's going to be training, going to be something absolutely incredible. You do not want to miss it. It's not too late to make a decision. And one of my mentors, his name is Randy Schrader, made over 30 million in the industry. And one time I was debating if I was going to go or not. And you know what he said to me, Daryl? He goes, Todd, if you knew what I knew, you'd start driving now. If you knew what I knew, you would start driving now. And so again, if you knew what I knew, you'd say, you know what? I'm in the car. Where are you going? I'm headed to New Orleans. Why? I don't know, but I'll tell you when I get there because it's supposed to be something incredible. And when you start kind of living a little bit more by faith, right? We do not, walk by sight alone, but by faith. Incredible things can happen for you. So with that, we'll be back tomorrow night with Ambassador Deborah Taylor for the Fireside Chat. Pastor Mel Keys Monday night. Going to be an incredible corporate update call with Mr. David Hart. By the way, Mr. David and Adela Hart are in Miami today, doing a big event with Camila Peraza, 2-star ambassador and his whole team there in Miami. Many of them are going to be with us next week in New Orleans as well. And so some of them, by the way, like Lucci, she don't even speak English. Lucci's going to be there at the training all day, but she does not speak English. And you're like, well, why would she go? Well, you know why? Because she plugs in. She's going to be with people who do speak English, and they're going to be telling her what's being said. But Lucci's going to be there front and center at the event. And you wonder why Lucci's succeeding. You wonder why Lucci's getting ahead, right? Lucci's going to be there, and she don't even speak English, right? But she's got people around her be telling her what's being said, right? She knows that just being in the environment. She knows that getting her picture with Daryl and Maria, getting her picture with all of the other leaders, Pastor Mel and Dr. Phyllis and Ambassador Deborah Taylor, and getting her picture with Apostle Wilson, right? She's going to be there, even though she don't speak English. So if she's going to be there, maybe you should be there. So with that, we'll see you tomorrow night. Till then, God bless. Thanks, Daryl. Bye, everybody.